No category.
We have no legs. Tony's legs are missing.
Jay
So
barely
anyway,
has
that's how babies are made.
Jay has no self-respect.
Usually. So this is our podcast. What's the name?
3 dimes on this one.
This is 3 Dimes. This may be one of the last 3 Dimes named podcasts. Don't worry out there. Me, Tony, and Jay aren't going anywhere. But the name, the music, the format,
Everybody loves the music.
we're
so-
throwing it all out.
And it's so popular. We're on Spices.
We've sold it to McCormick Seasoning.
And
we
we're on
sold out.
ESPN. You guys haven't heard on ESPN yet?
They paid us nothing, but we sold out. We sold out hard.
It was.
What can you do?
It was hard. So we've been going back and forth about doing something that just has a basis to our podcast, other than us talking.
Let's not even
shit.
talk about it here. We don't want the few listeners we have to follow us over to
I'm
the
going to
new
say this
thing.
though. I'm going to say this. This is the only time we ever even talk about it.
New
So
listeners.
it's like we don't talk about what we want to talk about unless we're on the podcast talking about, or right before we go live. We don't, like Chris wanted to talk, do like a little meeting thing,
A call, a Zoom meeting,
Zoom meeting
a company meeting outside
Oh,
of
it's
work.
So lagged.
You won't even come grab beer with us?
Would you, Tony? Or are you talking to me?
You.
Oh, what?
Or a soda?
I'm the one that
Sprite?
would do it. Tony's the one that said he doesn't have time
Don't have time for what?
to Zoom it.
I get on a Zoom call every Tuesday.
Oh, for Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's
You guys probably get a lot done in those meetings.
Yeah.
here's how you make a little house out of wood. I mean, what do you guys do? You just talk about what you are going to do.
With the kids?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
why don't you go to somewhere to meet up, like
Everyone lives
A
everywhere
function.
else.
Because there's like 14 leaders.
a function, like a giant mess hall, or I mean, usually people use their schools or a school that's somewhat affiliated with it's your school, right? The kid's school.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you do some spot in that gigantic rich school that he goes to?
Or we can just do an hour-long Zoom meeting and take care of everything.
That sounds better to me. That's what we need to do. So what you guys been up to? It's been a couple weeks since we were on air. Did you do anything cool?
No, I've just been thinking about.
Did you buy a house yet?
No, that's terrible.
Terrible options out
Terrible
there?
option.
You gave up and
The-
re-signed a lease.
Yeah, I did resign the lease, but I got stipulations on it where I can actually get out within a certain amount of time frame. But
A year. It's a year. It's
You
really
can
only,
leave whenever you want. You're just financially obligated for a year.
So every house that we put a bid on, it just gets outbid by 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever $1,000.
We'll look at better houses.
And
You're looking at $40,000 houses?
I could buy one of those $40,000
How could this be
houses.
that way? How
In
could
the
it be?
Milwaukee, the houses in Milwaukee are not selling. They're going down, but I don't want to live in. I mean, nothing against Milwaukee. I just don't want to live in the Milwaukee area.
We don't want your trash in our neighborhoods either.
I have a tent.
It's your fucking gaggle of kids.
Yeah, they'll gaggle all around the fucking street. So I put a bid in. 34 more bids come in late. A day later. So you got to bid between. And then I'm hearing stories about, which maybe I shouldn't say, is
Just from your realtor.
that the Chinese are taking over and they are buying all the houses in New Berlin.
That's
Chinese investors.
probably.
Why are you trying to stay in New Berlin?
I like New Berlin. Kids, I don't want to move them out of their school. No, I did that a couple times, and that's the worst thing. So even if we did move away from New Berlin, I would be driving them to school.
How? You don't wake up that early.
Yeah, well, today actually, I was going to say that, guys. I woke up today the earliest I've woken up in the last 2 years. Are you guys
8?
going to give me a fucking
You were up at 8?
hello? Oop, it's still on.
You'd think after all these years on the board,
No, it was not 8 o'clock. It was 7:15. Okay, that's early.
you must have had something important to do today.
No, I didn't go to sleep until 2:30 a.m. last night, and I think if I get less sleep, which ultimately makes me feel worse, but is easier to wake up. I can't sleep or I can't wake up from like a 10-hour sleep. I just want to sleep 12.
So what are you saying? You went to bed later, so got up early?
Yeah, I went to bed at like 2:30, woke up at 7:10.
Yeah, my kid uses that logic.
It's the truth, dude.
Yeah.
But
sure.
then you feel like shit. Like I'll feel like shit later. At least later.
You're going to try to stay up till 2:30 again tonight?
No, I
You have to get up
no.
early tomorrow, don't you?
Well, no. I mean,
what time did you get up?
7:10.
You still got up later than me.
What time you
That's
get
the
up?
earliest you've gotten up in how long?
Months,
His adulthood.
years,
Jesus Christ,
my
man.
adulthood.
My first alarm goes off at 5:45.
What do you mean first alarm?
My first alarm.
So you don't get up on your first?
I normally let the first one go, and then I lay there, and I normally fall asleep, and then I'll hit it one more time, and then I'll be laying in bed doing shit on my phone for that 10 minutes.
I hit the snooze button knowing I have 10 more minutes of sleep, but it never works because I wake right back up and hit it again. It's a never-ending cycle of
Gotta have what's that?
Shit.
What's that stuff called?
fire hose shoot me out of the bed.
Discipline. You gotta
Oh.
have discipline, Jay.
I do, but the bed is so much nicer than getting up.
Do you ever find yourself not wanting to go to bed, but then in the morning also not wanting to get out of bed?
It's every day with me.
Why is that?
Are you saying because you have the same feelings?
Yeah. I never want to actually go to bed, but I'm like, it's fucking 11. What am I doing right now? I might as well go to sleep.
I get so much.
I know
more
I'll be tired in the
done
morning,
at night.
and then I wake up in the morning at 5:45 or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking stay asleep. I'm tired. Why is that? Because you're already sleeping and you're already awake, and it's easier to stay in that flow. Because by the time I'm up,
So do you sleep with your wife?
no, she doesn't sleep in the same bed as me either.
And Tony, you have your own room, so I don't even have to ask.
I mean, she could have her own room, but she likes the living room.
I sleep with my wife and the 2 cats. I actually took a picture of her last night.
Gee, what size bed do you have? A king or a queen?
Oh, big one. I don't know. I mean, I could fit both my kids in that pretty comfortably.
Your kids are super small,
Well,
dude, and
still
you're
a-
super small.
Still a bed.
So you say this thing's big? It could be a full.
So I woke up at, I was still awake at 2 something. My wife's passed out. She's got both the cats, one sleeping between her legs, one sleeping above her head. And I'm thinking, I don't know why she's never been pissed on before, because that cat is always there. There's one cat above her.
It probably knows not to pee on her.
Yeah, I know. She trains it. She'd probably
You can
Beat-
feel
she
the
beat
fire
it.
inside of her.
she'd beat it. She'd beat it down if it were to pee on her face. I don't know.
Shout out to Bitcoin News Network official in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. We got a couple others in the crowd. Feel free to make a chat here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, put a little message in there. Hey, Dave Cole's in the house. Nice to see you, buddy.
Move to Burlington. No.
7:10. David's already been working for nearly a half an hour.
Well, you know what?
He wants you to move out to Burlington by him. That's a good thing.
I
Do
don't.
that.
I don't eat lunch when I work. I don't have lunch ever. I have a problem called GERD, acid reflux disease. That's actually not the abbreviation for GERD.
GERD.
Yeah. What's the what?
GERD. You have GERD. How do you spell GERD, Jay?
GERD. I don't know what it stands for, but
It
it
sounds like that should be pronounced GERD.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so you got GERD or GERD?
Well, you know what? It was GERD. Now that you corrected me, it's GERD.
Okay, so what is GERD?
GERD is the you got problems with.
All right, everybody at home taking notes. GERD, you have problems.
You got problems with
You
with
skip
food,
lunch.
with acid coming up into your esophagus because there's a valve right by your throat area. You know, GERD, and
Jerd. Josh says it's Jerd.
I
Hey,
can't-
my mom and Josh saying hi in the chat.
Hey, but you know what? It's not spelled with a U, it's spelled with an E. And it's spelled with a G. G-E-R.
No, I believe Josh over you. I'm going with my Eggplant Pro over here.
Why is he what?
Remember
Eggplant.
my eggplant measurement guy I was talking about? That's Josh.
No, so I can't eat lunch because I'm usually bent over doing towel work. And then after I eat, that's when all the food starts to kind of grubbly up my tummy into my throat and then out of my mouth.
So you starve yourself till you get home?
There you go. Nicole says a gastritis reflex disorder, GERD. That's what it is. Where's the E in there?
The Erntitis.
Where's the
Ertis?
So the G,
Ertitis.
the gastritis
Gastro is one word.
and teritis. How do you
So
say that, Tony?
so this means
This is like a conversation like when you talk about your omnipraisal.
That's a beautiful plum. Or what is this called again? Eggplant.
an eggplant.
I almost called it a plum.
Eggplant in the chat.
So I can't. Well, I was talking about I can't eat lunch because
Hey.
I'm bent over on my knees. And
If you're watching the chat, Chris's mom's obviously telling you to show your dick.
oh, you're gross, Tony. You know, the funny thing is, we were just before we went on the show, we were Googling the smallest penis.
You.
No,
The-
do you have a mouse in your
Hey,
pocket?
hey, giggling.
Hey, guys, don't put me on the spot here.
And you
okay?
weren't Googling.
Don't
You
put
were
me on the
asking
spot.
your girlfriend Siri about penis.
Okay, but now everybody wants to know what's the smallest and what's the biggest.
nobody wants.
The record for the smallest penis is 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah, but that's
How-
soft.
No, it says fully aroused. Well, I'll pull it back up. Actually, I don't want to pull it back up because I don't want more penises in my algorithm.
Googling smallest dick in the world twice in one day.
Here's the thing that I had the problem. Here's the thing that I had it.
He doesn't even Google it.
I thought was crazy is I asked you both. Okay, guys, now I know the smallest. What's the biggest? Right away, Tony's like 19 inches.
Around.
He was 4 inches off.
No, I was a quarter of an inch off.
No, it's
18
not,
and some change.
no, it was 19
Pull it
inches
back up, Jay.
exactly.
Pull it back
19
up.
inches exactly.
Pull it
No,
back up.
I said 19 and it was 18 and 3/4.
Oh, I didn't take it off here. Oops.
Oh man, now we're Qdoba. Don't put a U in there. You spelt it
Nah,
wrong.
I'm not looking it up anymore.
There's one word in this language without a U after the Q,
Qdoba.
and you're gonna put it in here.
Cordoba.
So anyway, yeah, I knew what the record was for
And
the
you
largest
even
dick.
knew
Yeah.
who it was.
Yeah.
How
you don't
do you
think
know
I
this?
looked it up? I wanted to see if I was in contention.
Okay,
I
so
thought I had a run at it.
what's your size then, if you don't mind telling the
4.5.
audience?
I thought I was close.
from the ground.
Is that the width or the
Girth.
okay. So
All
then
right.
what is the length?
That's an undisclosed amount.
Okay, so you might have the Guinness Book of World
'Cause-
Records, but you don't want to show it off because it's only
Yeah.
for your wife. You
Yeah,
don't want her
'cause
to
I
get
mean,
mad.
Guinness rules and the way I measure might be slightly different because I go from center of anus around the balls twice
And for those of those,
up slightly past the shaft. And that's called the Adam Carolla measurement system.
why after though? Like I get all the other stuff. You got to make sure you measure all the meat.
Yeah.
But why are you
But you go
going
s-
long?
Slightly past the shaft.
Just to give it the extra quarter
Yeah.
in.
To round it up.
You know, I don't even want.
I don't want it.
I was gonna say something. Okay, fine, whatever. I was watching this thing on Facebook, and
Twisted
it's,
your arm.
You definitely got to use a cloth tape for my penis
I was gonna
measurement.
say
It was the weirdest thing.
Doing it with a steel tape measure
It
can
w-
cause injury.
Listen. It was the weirdest thing because they had 10 guys, a range of ethnicities, and they would have the guys put each other in order who they thought the biggest penis was. So they did that, and then they actually went to the measurements of first soft, and then they were all wrong about who had the biggest penis. And usually more of the shorter dudes had bigger penises than the bigger guys. It was weird. And then they did a measurement of erect or aroused. How did they do that measurement? That's what I was thinking the whole
You think
time.
it's that hard to get a man erect? Come on, dude. It's not that hard.
But if you're not
Get
really,
it?
They just
Hard.
walked in. Fucking doctor just said boobies.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
shit. They probably, yeah. Think of a time.
so it came down.
They just had Mila Kunis come walk through and fill her coffee mug and walk out the other door in fully normal outfit.
I still feel like if it's not fully erect, it might be a little wobbly, and then you might lose a half inch or something.
I think
you
if
know?
I was in a measurement competition, I'd
I would make
practice
sure.
myself earlier to make sure I had a way. I knew I was going to get maximum flowage down there to make sure I get a good measurement.
Yeah, for sure.
He's restricting the blood from his extremities, so all the blood just goes to his.
all-
He's got tourniquets on his arms and legs.
He's tied off like Hulk Hogan on every fucking joint.
No, that's the ultimate
Ultimate
warrior.
Yeah.
What, guys? What?
He comes in, he's got something wrapped around his neck. He's got like, no blood. His whole torso is completely full of blood. Like blood had nowhere else to go. Well, that's what those
Face purple, dick bright red. Hurry up and get this measurement so I can cut some of these bands.
and then he faints when they take some. Oh, dude, that makes sense. I think you would probably win then. But that's that's
If
smart.
I'm ever
That's
in a
smart.
competition,
Why not?
watch out. Ultimate warrior, here I go.
The thing about that is not only funny knowing the ultimate, just like picturing you actually doing that, and even dressing up like
Like
him.
with the whole face.
You guys ready to measure my dick? There's another wrestler that does like a yell or a scream, but that's not the
Ric Flair.
what does he go, woo?
Yeah.
Something like that. Because then I was gonna do that, but that didn't. The Ultimate Warrior. I think that guy died, didn't he?
Of course.
course.
No blood to any part of his body.
He's been restricted.
Can only last too long.
I
so
never
long.
understood.
He did
those
the
things.
opposite thing. He was tying off his legs and his other bottom half to get all the blood in his arms, so he looked all ripped.
So the moral of the story is, it didn't make sense because the smallest dude had the biggest wiener, and the biggest guys were in the middle or had the small.
This was on Facebook that came up for you.
It's a weird.
What other great things have you discovered on Facebook in the last 2 weeks, Jay?
Are we what?
What other good things did you find?
The shark attack.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we can go to that. I was just going to have you tell us some more embarrassing shit you look at on the internet.
Yeah, because I think about
So-
it. I don't really have much.
So
more.
everybody at home, have you seen this shark attack thing? You guys seen this? We Jay showed it to us here. I heard about it. Jay's got a video. You don't need to show the video. I don't think it's
Well,
going to work.
Don't even try to do the I hold my phone up to the camera and then they get a wobbly
Yeah, Ric
view
Flair.
of one little piece of it.
Okay. Anyway, I was at a party at my parents' house. Like my mom always has pool parties. You know, Tony and
Of course.
I told
Of
her-
course.
I
I
told
was
her
invited
invite-
at one time.
I told her
I
to
used to
invite
get
you.
invited too.
Yeah, Chris, you were already out of town. You're already out of town.
It's
I
a
knew it.
perfect time to hand out a friendly invite. You know I can't make it. You might as well offer the invite. Be like, oh yeah, that's right. We'll have a great time up north.
So everyone was talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I got to see it now." So I watched it, and the first time I saw it, I felt sick to my stomach because it was probably the most raw footage of anyone actually, like, literally being torn apart. I mean, you couldn't see it because he's underwater, but like the shark flips him over, his legs are dangling in the air, comes back down. Comes out from underneath the water screaming, "Papa, Papa, help!" or something.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
brutal.
it was
brutal.
made me sick, and I wasn't even drinking. I felt terrible, and it was a tiger shark in the Red Sea in Egypt, and it was a Russian dude, and the guy's father, the guy that died from the shark, the guy's father. This is how crazy Russians are. No offense to any Russians out there, but. He's like his father. The only thing he said is, or what I heard is, he says, "This is the way he'd want to go, be
What?
eaten by a shark."
Why would that be the way? It sounds like
I
a
mean,
He's
terrible
been
way to
talking
go.
about it since he was a kid.
I mean, he's getting eaten by a shark, and he's like, That's it. That's the way he wanted to die. Right there. Being ripped apart. Good job for you.
Not saving kids from a fire or detonating a mine that happens to be saving the lives of children that might walk past later, but he wanted to be eaten by a shark in the Red Sea while being videotaped by some lady on a cruise ship.
And they were saying, too, there was a song playing in the background where I was showing...
It's a pretty nice song.
It's a very popular song. I was showing Chris the video, and everyone always... It's a popular song, and everyone's like, now that you hear this song, whenever you hear it again, that's all you're going to think about. This guy being ripped apart in the ocean by a tiger shark. That's all you're going to think about when you hear that song.
Probably not.
But I already forgot the song, so I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long. It was like 30 seconds long. But
Throw a 1 in the chat if you've seen this video, and a 2 if you have not. If you've seen this shark video and even know what we're talking about, put a 1 in the chat.
it's funny because like when I was looking it up over the weekend, YouTube couldn't keep up with all the people that were putting it on. So because YouTube was taking it down. Because I can't find it anymore now.
This is in the middle of someone's video. You found it, right?
There you go. You got
You
one.
not heard of this, Josh?
No, nobody has.
Oh no, this happened like
Dude.
2 weeks ago.
This just happened. This is bigger news than the imploding torpedo that tried to breach the Titanic.
Yeah, look it up. It's there's sure stories about it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the actual.
No one's seen it? What the
Well,
fuck? All right,
come
that's it.
on, man.
I'm going to show it. No, wait, should I show it?
You guys,
You can't show it.
You can't.
Nobody
show it.
can see anything
Have
but
you
a
ever
fucking
seen live
wobbly-
Try it. You
too?
give it to him. Give him a try.
What's Live Leaks 2?
What's that? Bitcoin News Network. I wish you could put a fucking link in the chat, but
You can probably
still,
see
he
it.
never seen it either. They never seen it either. No, put it
Oh,
in.
this
at
is
least. That's
great
riveting.
quality.
Shit, I just showed my credit card. That's not going to matter, though. Okay, that's not me shaking the camera.
Oh,
See that blood
Gone.
splatter? Watch his legs go in there. Oh, my God. So he's out of the water, and he's not trying to swim away. I think he's in shock.
for those of you at home watching, Jay does have, yes, it is a baby monitor. He uses as his phone.
I'm having trouble now.
Shark's
She's
just
fucking me up.
shaking. Shaking.
Dude, it's ripping him apart now. So they found his head.
Yeah, this is the craziest part of the story, Jay. Tell this part.
They found his head, and they found his parts of his arms and stuff in the shark's belly, and they caught it right away to kill it. I mean,
What if it was the wrong shark and there was just somebody
And they
else's
just-
head?
Or why the fuck? Why do you want to cut? What do you think you're gonna find like an alive human in there, shredded as hell from 16 layers of teeth?
I guess it was
Like they pulled his head out and started doing CPR on it.
oh my God, Tony, now that's weird. That's super
Well, it's
weird.
not.
That makes sense though.
I mean, why the fuck? Why the fuck
not?
are they killing the shark? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for killing animals,
You are the
But-
largest proponent of the panel here.
but I don't understand. Like, let's track down this shark and
I don't
get
get
him.
it either. And plus, how the fuck did they get him? Aren't
What-
there more than
like-
one shark in the area?
This is like, when somebody beats up your little
Yeah.
brother and you're like, let's go get him. Everybody gets together and goes finds him. How the fuck you gonna find the right shit? You dangling other fucking
Okay.
Russians in the water trying to get them to come back out?
So what they do is they catch 10 sharks, kill 10, and then
Is
finally
that what they did?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. And then they finally find the one that has the head in it. And then I'm getting texts from people now. I probably shouldn't have shown it.
For what do you mean?
Okay, never mind. This is something else.
Who like someone's? You think
Oh.
someone who's watching and not
No,
only
my wife's like, "Can you do this in the yard?"
Oh my God, Jay!
You're super good at holding phones
See
up.
that? I could probably do that.
I don't think you can do that in your
I think-
apartment
I think I
building's
could do-
yard. I think that might be pushing the contract a little bit.
I feel like keep sneaking the cats around, but I don't know.
I probably could start a business doing this for all the apartments in the area. I guarantee that would take off.
Dude, do you know how
Why do you-
trashed it would be in no time?
Why do you want it,
It would turn
sunken
into,
like
it would
that?
turn into a fucking pool. That's what it would turn into.
Why would you want it sunken into the ground like that?
Because
Because that's what
I don't know.
Pinterest told them to do.
I don't know.
The water walls.
So anyway, here's the thing. So I used to go to a black barber shop, okay? And you would walk in there and there'd be 30 people in there, most of them in there for no reason, okay?
Just like
Now-
neighborhood corner store talking, hanging out.
They were selling bootleg DVDs in there, all kinds of shit.
Sure.
And it was always just full of people, and I was always the only white dude in there.
Does that do something with the shark?
Yeah. So I never walked in there with like a baseball bat
Oh, okay.
and said, "Give me all your money," because I would have got fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the same reason I don't go in the fucking ocean.
Well, no, that's a little different.
No,
You can't
it's
say
not. You're
Yeah,
going.
okay, he's
you're going into their territory.
Yeah, but he's not going in there threatening them or like what
He's
you said,
going in there-
like
Yeah, but
Like-
he's going into a fucking.
you are threatening them. You're going in there 80% naked, dangling your food around, and expecting a shark not to come fucking grab a taste.
slow ass, fatty, bright white
the thing
food floating on the surface.
The crazy thing-
flailing around, taunting it.
the crazy thing about that video is sharks usually what they do is
It's not that crazy.
it's instinctual. They'll bite you because they don't know what you are, and then they take off. This one,
Yeah, it's like a buffet.
this one fucking ate him.
Yeah,
Came back again and
it's
ate.
probably
that usually-
delicious.
It usually doesn't happen. And there's another popular video of a surfer that was in the water waiting for a wave, and this was during a competition, so there's a lot of people watching, a lot of cameras. He was attacked by a great white, and his surfboard kind of saved him. The great white came at him, tried to bite him. I think that he pushed us. You can't really see in detail, but you can tell that the shark missed him because of his surfboard.
He's put the surfboard in his mouth and activated his gag reflex.
Okay,
Yeah, I
never
guess.
mind.
I mean,
Then the shark found out he liked it.
I guess a lot of animals they would like a bear. I think. Okay, so the number one animal in the world that eats or is the most known for eating man is what?
Hippopotamus.
They don't eat the man; they just kill them.
No, they eat them. I know they're vegetarians, but they make exceptions for
Yeah.
just people.
they would not eat me. I'd be way too salty and full of cologne, and I don't know. I just feel like that wouldn't go down very well, and I would come out looking real weird out of their shit. Tell you that. I think it's a lion or a bear.
The what?
Actually, a polar bear. Is it
What,
a
eat
polar
your
bear?
ass?
The most dangerous, most man-eating animal
Oh, it's
in
got
the
to be a
world.
polar
It's
bear.
like a polar bear. I think it's a polar, but not many people live in Alaska,
Yeah.
so you can't really. Maybe
I
it's
don't think
You
there's-
undocumented.
probably don't live there because
I
of the
don't-
goddamn polar bears.
I think it's crocs.
I don't
think it's
know that there's polar
crocodiles.
bears in Alaska.
What did I say?
Alaska.
they sure are.
Yeah, there
I
are.
don't-
In Canada, northern Canada.
No, I don't think there's polar bears there.
Oh.
I think there's just Kodiaks.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Polar bears, because they fuck you up. They eat anything. They have nothing to eat, so they're hungry as shit all the time. Like Tony, if I was carrying around burgers, he'd attack me.
Yeah.
Polar bears in Alaska, huh?
You know the polar bear at the zoo, Milwaukee County Zoo, died?
Yeah,
No
years
way.
ago.
What?
My wife told me that, and I was like, I swear I saw it last month. It does the same fucking thing. I feel bad for those animals at the zoo. They do the same thing. They walk back.
You know,
They
it's
walk forward,
funny.
they walk
You
back.
just uploaded a whole bunch of old podcasts last week, and I listened to a couple of them right away
Yeah, because I didn't do anything.
for months. I know.
Sure.
And
You actually listened to all of them?
yeah. And so it was the episode when I got my MRI done. So it was about 2 months ago. You were talking about the same exact thing with this fucking polar bear and how bad you feel about it.
Was that really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
I don't feel bad for any animal at the zoo. I actually feel grateful that the zoo exists so they can catch these crippled ass animals and give them a safe place to live.
It's not living, though, man.
It is living.
All right, okay. Would you rather
They would
live,
have been eaten already.
Would you rather live in your house, not go anywhere for 150 years, and just experience your house life, or would you rather live for 70 or 60 years, experiencing the time of your life, fucking jumping out of airplane? I don't know, whatever excites you. I mean,
Here's the thing, man.
shooting
Those
animals. You ain't gonna shoot a fucking deer in your living room.
Those animals that are at the zoo came there broken.
Not necessarily.
Well,
Pretty much.
I mean, you said
Or
you've
were
told
bred
me,
in captivity, which you can't take a captive ass animal and release it out into the wild. The fucking zoo lion isn't going to know how to hang with the real lion in Africa.
You've told me a multitude of times that you are a broken human being.
Yeah.
So you could be in a cage.
I mean, I'd probably be fine with it if somebody is
So
like,
then if I came to visit your ass at your house, the all glass doors.
just through the window.
Yeah. And it's tapping on the window saying, hey, there's Tony. Look at the Tony.
Look at the kids come through. All right, kids, come this
All right,
way.
wait for Tony. He's
Dude.
gonna jump at he's
I
gonna
would be
jump at
the
you.
best.
This
I would
is-
be the best exhibit at the zoo.
This is your middle-aged suburban male. Straight.
I would be hiding
40?
in different corners, just waiting for the little kids to find me.
If you could see him over here, what he's doing now is he's behind the counter there. He's pooping in the porcelain throne that we gave him.
The worst part.
No, I wouldn't even let them put a toilet in there.
Oh, watch out, kids. He's throwing his shit again. He's throwing his shit. Don't worry. It won't get through the glass.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
The worst part is when the kids come to see Tony. He's not in his cage today. They're cleaning him.
They must be feeding him. Maybe they're trying to breed him with one of the other captives.
But they don't know how it works, so they just keep putting other dudes in there.
I don't know. It's just not working.
Oh my God, dude, that's so gross. I'm getting a
Guys,
picture.
just
I'm
sit down and
picturing.
start talking about Cadillacs for an hour and a half. I don't know. It didn't work. They look like they were really getting along, but I don't know. Let's try a different one next week.
Oh, I'm picturing this very vividly.
And I'm kind of wondering, would they put me behind glass or would it be a fence?
You'd probably be a fence. They'd want
Yeah.
the smells and everything to reach the
full experience.
audience because you're probably more non-violent. No,
You-
maybe
you-
they'd put
you
in
lose a lot with the glass.
They'd probably do like they do with the gazelles.
A tiny
where
little
they
moat
put,
that ain't
they
no.
put a moat in there.
Tony,
Yeah.
Tony can't jump.
separating you from the cheetah.
Tony
They put
can't
all the
jump a
hot
2
chicks
foot.
on a beach on the plateau
the other
below you
side.
that you could
And
see
I could
them,
just
but
walk on
never
the-
go by them.
I could just walk on the moat rock back and forth all day, looking at him, going, "Let me at him. Let me at him."
Yeah, and the moat's only 2 feet wide because they know you can't run or jump.
Every once in a while, they
There's,
paper.
there's a bridge missing one board. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna risk it.
Every once in a while, they paper airplane you in a centerfold from a Playboy to satisfy you, like chucking meat in there. Here's your meat. Here it is.
Oh man, that would be what would that zoo be called?
The zoo.
What else would we have in that zoo if it
We're
was just
not very good at naming things. Let's not try to do that. Hey, there's 4,700 polar bears in Alaska.
That's a lot. I
They
think
got
that's
a
more
big
polar
ass
bear
zoo.
than people.
2 of the 19 polar bear populations can be found in Alaska.
I think they just got a really big zoo.
They occur throughout the northern polar region.
Well, and I've always read about polar bears being the most vicious, but I think it's crocodiles if we went back to animals that eat the most people.
The Nile croc.
The saltwater croc. Those grow pretty damn big, and they take you under. I'd be more afraid. Okay, if you were in like a lake, pond, whatever have you, and there's a giant croc and a giant shark, what would you be more afraid of? The croc or the shark? I would be more afraid of. No, I'm gonna answer it. I'll be more afraid of the croc because sharks they can't stop swimming. So if you can get underwater and push away from him, he's got to do another circle before he comes back and bites you again or tries to. A croc will right at you, stop and
Just
keep trying
at
to
ya.
fucking grab you and pull you under the freaking water. I'd be way more afraid of a crocodile.
All right. So let's just
another croc.
pretend you got to pick the way you died. Okay. And they gave you a multiple choice question. you're gonna die by animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pick your animal. And you got to give them top 3 in case the first 2 aren't available.
I would like to get smacked by the neck of a giraffe. You seen giraffes fight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would like to get one of them.
That was
Whack.
a deep YouTube dive one day.
A hippopotamus, because it'd probably like nearly swallow you whole. But I guess it probably wouldn't even eat you.
No, it does
No.
leave you lay.
Yeah.
They're vegetarians. They make exceptions.
But they'd smack the shit out of you.
Break all your bones
then,
and leave you crying. Let's just say
something venomous, so it's like
I was gonna
more or
say
less
that.
instant. Like bing,
But that's-
ow, my leg. Done.
that's not
Game over. Delirious, brain explodes of heat or whatever happens. And
That's not instant. Depends on the snake.
I want the instant one.
Okay, which one is it? Which snake is the
I want the
instant
snake
bite? You're
to bite
dead.
me right here.
I don't think
so
any of
it-
them are.
It instantly goes to my brain.
You want to get killed slowly by non-venomous garden snakes?
Yeah. How about I want to be I want to get oh, this sounds terrible. I want to be paralyzed by venom and slowly eaten alive by a snake over weeks and weeks and weeks as a paralyzed human's just sitting there.
All right. Well, we gotta vote for a tiger because you rip your. They go right at your jugular, so they get your jugular. You bleed out within what, 15 seconds.
What about the raptors where you're looking at them from a front and then
that? Is not a viable option
why?
because it's not alive. Something alive. So yeah, I would probably do. Damn, dude, that's hard because what if the animal like a bear you pick that could just pull your head off your body and wanted to just like play with you for a little bit, scratch the shit out of you up, and just like throw
you got
you
the one
around.
asshole bear that's just like, I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up on this guy.
I don't want my legs being eaten first. I want my head to be eaten first.
He does 1 toe a day for for 10 days.
Yeah, he fucking brings me in his whatever he sleeps in thing.
The bear's masterful at keeping you alive so the meat doesn't spoil.
What about that?
Oh, just like the hooker you bring to the island?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be fucking terrible. So, so that'd be hard, dude. Maybe a whale? But then you just suffocate. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Man, it sucks.
Is that how you die inside a whale? You suffocate?
I think so.
Drowned, suffocate, drowned.
In the stomach?
Well, they could definitely swallow you whole. Blue whale is the fucking biggest animal ever, even bigger than any dinosaur in history that we know of. You know how big a blue whale is? They make actually the loudest sound in the world. You know that? Just FYI.
Facts.
Cool.
Facts.
Killer
Jake,
whales are
facts.
fierce.
I think I would want to go out by an animal that I would assume going into it would be a fair fight, and then I'd immediately realize it wasn't.
What, a rabbit?
Like
What are
like
you
a
fighting?
kangaroo.
You would get your ass whooped by a kangaroo.
Like I'd be sizing up the kangaroo. Like, dude, I could fuck with that kangaroo. I'd probably fuck it up pretty good. And then it just dominates me.
Destroys you.
Just rips me apart limb by limb. I'd be like, you win.
We talked about this before. I saw a video of a kangaroo beating the shit out of some guy's window. Like, and it had fucking ripped ass muscles. His claws were fucking as big as my hand.
Which isn't that
I
bad.
got
ain't
big,
that big.
I got big hands. He looked scary as hell. Like that, he can fuck you up. But I also did see a video of a guy I think he was drunk in a fist fight with the kangaroo, and the kangaroo is just like going like this.
I fed the kangaroos. I've been up and close and personal with
Those are the
kangaroos.
baby kangaroos.
No, there were some big ones, but they weren't like the Australian or some.
Did you
big
try
ass ones.
punching one?
Oh, they would kick your ass, dude. They would kick your
Yeah, but
ass.
there would be a minute in a fight or flight type situation where you're like, I might be able, if it meant me dying, I could probably take this thing out.
Dude, that's a tough call.
So what would you do then? Jump on his back and put it in a chokehold? Because
I'd
they can't really
I would
get to you.
try to kill it. I would jump into its pouch just because I wanted to see what it's like.
You would never fit into his pouch.
And then I'd take its back It'd be trying to swipe me off with its tail.
You'd take that pouch, prolapse it over its head like you're giving it a wedgie. How about that, fucker? Huh? Now you can't see. Whap,
I think the
whap.
pouch is in front.
Well, yeah, we pull it right over his eyes.
You mean like up
Through
and
its
then,
leg
Go
over
in
the
there.
back.
You'd go in there and you'd pull it up over the front.
yeah, what is with that pouch thing? What do they put in there when their babies aren't in there? You think they put like store food and stuff? What do you think?
No, there's no food in there. There's a little
Why
bit-
wouldn't they use it for
There's
food?
a little baby Joey in there. Same reason you don't use your pocket for food, you dummy. How often you carry around tater tots in your pocket?
Oh, the
You got a
Napoleon
bunch of pocket
Dynamite?
sausage or what?
Like a Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah. That's what.
I mean, frankly, you could if we had a plastic pocket. You could put some food in there that wouldn't go
It
bad.
doesn't need to be plastic.
It does.
Just
Like,
depends on how dangerous you're willing to live.
it's like I don't care about that. Fucking all that hair and fuzz and shit. It goes down, shits out, comes out the same place. Yeah, I again, I wouldn't want to be killed by an animal. Just gun to the head.
Not an animal.
What if an animal was holding a gun?
I want to jump off
And shot
a
you in
really
the head.
high place. If I had
Is
to
that
choose
possible?
how to die, I'd probably jump off a really high place.
The rhino's got a gun.
Yeah, kangaroo. Hey, a monkey. They can hold shit like a human. They got thumbs.
Oh, a monkey will shoot you with
Yeah.
this
Oh
gun.
no,
Just
dude!
have the monkey shoot
Monkey
me.
is not how I would want to go.
No.
Dude, you would get
They rip-
so raped
Don't they
for
rip?
so long.
Don't they rip your face? Don't they attack your face first?
Yeah, so you can't see them running a train on you for
Ew.
like 2 days.
Gross. You're just thinking of that fucking movie where the guy got raped by a monkey.
I've never seen a movie where somebody got raped by
Jay,
a monkey.
that is your Facebook feed again.
You need to stay off of that last little fucking button on Pornhub.
Yeah, you remember that? You remember that?
Like the button is not even lit up that only certain people notice.
You guys forgot that prank,
It just
prank
says
show movie we
random.
watched? You guys forgot that prank show movie we watched where he lost something in the monkey's cage. He's like, I'm gonna go get it, and the monkey's fucking him, and then he comes. Or no, he's making him suck his whatever, and then he comes in his face. You remember that?
That was the joke show.
Remember that joke movie?
I briefly.
Come on, dude. You know.
I briefly recall this.
Damn it.
Jackass? Was it Jackass?
No.
Is your GERD acting up?
What?
Is your GERD acting up? Is that why you're?
No.
Jerd. Maybe it's a soft J. I don't know.
Oh man, I got a cramp.
All right, Chris, take us out.
Thanks for tuning in to 3 Dimes on the audio podcast. We're going to turn you off for a little bit. We'll see you in a few days. For those tuning in on video, we're going to stick around, talk for another hour or so. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, if you got any topics you guys want us to talk about or any questions, feel free to use the chat. It's a great way to communicate with us.
That's it.
So enjoy the music for a minute. You want to put up the wait symbol, or are we just going to keep going?
Let's just keep going.
All right.
And we're back.
Welcome back to another episode of 3 Dimes, where your hosts Chris and Jay and Tony talk about random shit and what we've been doing for the last few weeks.
Because that's all we have to talk about is random shit. We have a chalkboard that's empty.
Yeah.
No ideas. So, on the last episode of 3 Dimes, we were talking about being shot in the face by a gorilla with a gun.
Well, where we
Possible chimpanzee rape.
we very quickly tried to escape your fake rape story you were trying to tell.
Dude, man, it's a show. It was a show. Great
air.
Thanks, man. I don't know
You're
what that
talking
means.
about Jay asked us to not talk about his hair, Josh. So
air. He said air.
air. I thought you were talking about
What's
Jay's
wrong?
hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
According to you, you said nothing, so we should leave it alone.
Tony said I look like a fucking 90s rock or
So you look like an
emo,
emo.
band.
You
Just because I have longer
man
hair,
fr-
just
You
have
should,
longer
uh,
fucking hair does that mean I'm emo?
You should dye all the longer stuff blonde.
Oh, like
Oh, dude, that looks so
you
like
mean
Sugar
frost?
Ray.
I used to frost my tips.
Do you got
course.
earrings, holes in your ears?
Yeah, only I had one right there in the top.
Mini gauges.
Oh, in the top?
Yeah, I did it myself right here. I got
Were you a
I got
surfer?
that bump still, right there.
That's a weird spot.
What's that called?
Did you do a dangly earring in
Yeah,
it?
I
Like a
fucking
little
did. Yeah,
dangly
I
cross?
No, I did a giant hoop. What the fuck you think I did?
Like a big Puerto Rico.
You got any holes in your ears, Tony?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah,
Me too.
where?
I
On
got-
you got all on the right side.
I got two on my left ear, and they're right next to each other, but I don't have any earlobes.
No, you don't. What the hell's wrong with you?
So I like couldn't wear any earrings. Like everything I bought looked ridiculous on there.
Just know, Chris, that ears and nose don't stop growing, so you might catch up.
Yeah, I don't know if my lobe's growing.
Just the top of your ears are gonna grow.
Yeah.
Your lobes will never ever grow.
They're just growing out.
You did out and up. You know, I got so many pictures in my head when we talk. It's so fucking weird. I wish I could show them to you guys. Make that possible, AI. Make it possible. So no, I pierced my own eyebrow and my own lip, but I never got my nose or anything else.
You didn't pierce between your eyebrows?
Shut the fuck up.
Get a
I don't
good-
get why the
good hoop in the BB.
the facial jewelry was such a thing for like the 90s. There were so many people in the 90s putting holes in their face.
Dude, my brother has had 3 in one nostril. That's how big his nose is. I probably could have fit like
It was
5.
all the craze back in the day when we was kids to getting your shit pierced up.
Yeah,
Dudes are getting their nipples pierced back in the.
Yeah. I did it myself though, man. I ain't going to no shop and be a pussy and spray on some, solvent that numbs your skin and then get a professional to do it.
So having
I did it with I burnt I started or I burnt
so having a
fucking-
higher risk of infection and having it be more painful while you do it makes you better.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Joshua says, he pierced his friend's lip with a nail, got infected.
No way.
But I didn't use an.
Didn't see that coming.
What, like a roofing nail, like a giant. I just used a safety pin, put in alcohol, and burned it, and then didn't you knew it didn't get infected. It just grew out, and it eventually kind of just fell out because I didn't have enough skin.
I'm sure your parents were thrilled when you came home with your eye all swole up. Fucking.
Actually, that's kind of funny. Is the day I did it, I was.
You stole one of your mom's little hoop earrings and put it in there. Or your sister's shit and put it in there.
I was trying to hide it from my dad. Came home.
It's a good place to hide something.
Yeah, I know. And
Came in
listen,
like a pirate.
You
with
don't
a
think
fucking
about that
big-ass eye
shit.
patch.
You know, I did have a Band-Aid there for a while because I wanted to just tell them at a certain point where they were happy and good mood. They never were. So they found out in their own way. Anyway, I was laying in bed. I came home from a friend's house or whatever. And I was laying in bed. And my dad, he thought I was drinking. And I couldn't tell him I wasn't drinking because I couldn't look at him because I had, I didn't have my Band-Aid on. I didn't want him to know I pierced my eyebrow. So I was just like, had my head in the pillow, and he's like, "Yeah, you drunk ass," and I got in trouble because thought I was drinking. Couldn't talk to him like a normal human being. But that's beside the point.
My brother got his nostrils gauged on both sides, so he has a hole
Yeah.
on each side of his nostril. It looks ridiculous.
What did he do that?
Probably 12 years ago, because he's been working for me for 12 years, and I made him take them out to work here, but he still wears them on the weekends.
Oh, I never.
He
seen
just
it.
has like little studs in them now. They close back up. But he had his ears fucking super huge. Like, could fit a couple fingers in them, and I made him take those out and come to work all droopy eared.
Well, it looks
You,
like
you wouldn't let him wear it at work.
Nah. Dude, we work for like fucking old Jewish people. They don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. They don't.
They don't want the person in their
Whatever.
house to have a big fucking hole in the side of their head.
Do you remember 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years ago, you couldn't even have a tattoo and be at a McDonald's or a Hardee's or whatever. Burger
How
King?
long ago?
I would say 20 years ago. If you had a tattoo, they would not let you work there. They wouldn't hire you. Now you got fucking professionals going into your house, working when they're not there with tons of tattoos because it's, more common, I guess. Or
they take
Well,
one
it's
look at your
desperation.
they look at one look at
They,
your little
they figure they're getting it super cheap because the scuzzy dude who's doing it.
no, they wouldn't. If they thought I was scuzzy before I came in there, they would not want me in their house, especially if they weren't there.
They're like, well, he's got tattoos, but he is wearing a Ferrari T-shirt.
This is Italy, Italia. It's a soccer shirt. What is these crap? Holy crap! I put a trampoline together, and you're still on the shark
What's
thing
this
level.
trampoline? Was this for one of your children? One of these
No,
little
it's-
tiny six-screw-in?
It's one of those trampolines you hold, like a bar you hold, and you exercise. You
Yeah.
just jump on a small one. You're doing an exercise trampoline.
Your
Dave Cole.
efficiency is impressive. That's all I'll say about that.
Who?
D. Coles.
Because it's taking him so long.
Yeah. No, because he was able to do it, put it together in such a quick amount of time. Less than a half of an hour.
And what size trampoline are you using, and where are you listening to this or watching? Tony, don't yawn. You make me yawn. It's contagious.
I can resist.
Shit.
So I spent the last week up north
We try to stop it. It's even worse.
in a 450 square foot cabin with the in-laws.
Ooh, that sounds like
We had an air mattress and 2 twin beds in our bedroom. I got elected to use the air mattress, and guess what? Guess what?
it popped.
The guy who's paying for it is always the one who gets the worst accommodations.
First night, her parents pay for this trip. Her
Okay.
first night, found out that thing has a hole in it. Woke up on the floor. Actually, I woke up on the couch because I gave up on the air mattress.
It was so big. You woke up
Second night?
suffocating. Was engulfed. You were engulfed by it.
I thought I fixed it. But again, I ended up waking up in a hammock style air mattress. This is one of those ones that's like 20 inches thick
yeah.
bed mattresses. Ended up on the couch again. Third night, the wife felt real bad about it. So she decided that she was going to push the 2 twin beds together
Fucking told you. You
in
started
a
it.
non-traditional way where we would sleep where everyone, all 3 of us, got the crack. We called it mega bed. So it was instead of having someone sleeping in the middle of the 2 beds, they were laid the other way.
Yeah.
Mega bed.
Makes sense.
It's like, this ain't bad. So we had my kid one side, my wife on the other. But then I'm laying here and I'm like, I'm the heaviest one. I'm in the middle, which on these beds is where these beds have been slept on. So my beds, and one bed's heavier than the other, slept on. So I got this crack and it was terrible. So I couldn't sleep again.
Sounds like a pretty amazing time.
Mega bed, man. So I'd go to bed at like 10, get up at 2, and then I'd like go hang out, sit around, go on my phone for an hour or 2, and then try to fall back asleep. Ended up sleeping on the floor. And then we ended up just sleeping with my kid in their bed, more or less. But mega bed, man. But so I spent a whole week up north, went fishing.
Got an idea for making us $1 million?
I didn't think about it, this podcast, or much of anything all week long.
Oh man, dude.
I didn't do anything. What are you trying to do?
Don't worry.
Oh, there you go. Now you got an auto switcher on. But as we were up there, it could be difficult with all those people in one room, one house, 1 week. My kid was being a little shit.
Why?
Just being like a lot of I stuff, I this, I that,
try having 3 boys.
I this, I that, right? We want to go to the store. Well, I don't want to. We want to go to this. I don't want to. Had some of my finest parenting up there, though. So the kid she was in their swimsuit because we were on the lake. We were going to go to get pizza at the restaurant. So I tell her, I'm like, hey, go take off she's 7.
Stop it, Tony.
Go take off your swimsuit. We're going to the restaurant. I don't want to. Told her again a little later. I'm like, go take off your swimsuit. We're going to the restaurant. I don't want to. Okay, fine. Whatever. Be wet. It's gonna suck. I'm just telling you, it's gonna suck if you don't change your shit. She didn't. Got to the restaurant. She was cold.
No way.
Because she was wet underneath her dress.
I can hardly believe it.
So she wanted to come sit on my lap, which we've at this restaurant. We've like every year she comes sits on my lap while we're waiting for the food. We joke around, do things, whatever. Not this year. I said, "You're wet.
She's wet.
You can't sit on my lap." And I told her right there at that table, and it hit her like a
How old
ton
is
of
she
bricks.
again?
I think 7. I'm like, see, this was this. We're on vacation. I'm not gonna boss you around like a authoritative craziness like we're at home. But I told you your life's gonna be more enjoyable if you take off your suit, and you didn't. So now you're cold and you can't sit on my lap. You made this decision. Just think about that. It
What
kind
day
of
was
hit her.
this?
This is like the second or third day. Third day.
What
second
day is
day.
it? Was this? What day is the second day?
Tuesday, Monday.
So
It was Monday or Tuesday?
Was Monday warm?
It was always warm up there. It was all warm up there. It was fucking awesome.
There's a
up there.
couple
you're-
days that was.
You were closer to the fire.
This is also true. So then, a couple days, or maybe it was the next day, we were gonna go out for breakfast, and the kid was being a little turd, and her mom couldn't.
It's been a little turd.
Her mom couldn't take it anymore. She finally said, "Screw it! I don't want to go to breakfast with you. You're being a whiny turd. I'm going alone."
What's with the turd thing?
Because I'm trying to use appropriate language when talking about my child.
What did you? What
She's
did
being a little
what-
shit. She's being a fucking bitch, is what she's being. There you go. She's being a little turd. So her mom and her dad went to breakfast. And I said, "Come on, kid. We're going to go sit on this picnic table." She said, "I don't want to. I don't care. I wanted to go to breakfast and we don't get to because you're being a little turd. So we're going to sit here on this picnic table." How long? For as long as I say. And we just sat there in silence. Everyone was playing, doing all their things. There's kids playing baseball, and I was starving. She's like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "Me too." This is the choices we've made. We came up here. We wanted to go on vacation. Do you think that I wanted to drive 5 hours? Do you think that I wanted to fuel up the truck, van? You think I wanted to put that rooftop carrier on? You think I wanted to pack all this stuff? You think I wanted to pay for this? You think I want to be here with my in-laws for a week long? You think a lot of these things suck, Claire. The parts that suck, we hid from you. And so we just get to go on vacation because we do things together as a family. Dad didn't complain about all the things that sucked that he had to do. He just did them, right? So now we sit together. We suck together. We're gonna sit here and suck. And she was even Katie. It was really good. I'm not explaining it exactly good. So then she was fidgeting with this thing in her hand. She's like, "How much longer do we have to sit here?" It's like, if you ask again, how much longer we're gonna sit here and have this sucky time and be bored and miserable, I'm gonna take that one little joy you got, is this little fidget thing you got in your hand, away. So don't ask again. She asked again, snatched that son of a bitch up, sat it here. And then if I was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to change everything. Can't change the past, but we're going to change our future. First thing we're going to do is something that sucks together. We're all going to go do something we all don't want to do, and that's go to the grocery store. And you're going to act good. You're not going to whine, and you're not going to complain. Because if you do, we're going to come back here after the grocery store, and we're going to sit right here on this bench. We're going to watch everyone else have fun.
For me, that's Amazon.
And so we went. This is up north. We went to the grocery store. She was a
They
fucking
deliver.
She was a fucking angel the rest of the week. It was amazing.
So you did.
I felt like it was the best parenting I've ever done in my life.
You should have wrote that down because I already forgot. I need to know some good parenting
It was called
skills.
it was called being
you named it?
strict,
Oh, okay. You didn't name it then.
affirmative, holding to what I said was going to happen and happened.
All right. Try this on for size.
Yeah, let's hear Jay's
Two
parenting.
kids. I'm taking them both outside to play a sport. One fucking loves football. One fucking loves soccer. Now, I'm in a dilemma because they both want to play the same.
Rugby, man.
They both want to
Hurling.
They both want to play the sport. So what do? I catch it. I kick it. I catch, kick, catch, kick, catch, kick, catch. I'm a fucking trampolinist. You know, I didn't say that. I'm a crazy man. I was catching the ball, kicking the soccer ball back.
So you had like one kid over here you were playing catch with, and one kid over here you were playing
So I turn around.
soccer with.
Sometimes I get out of sync. I turn around and get kicked in the nuts with the ball, or turn around again and get hit in the face with the football. So what do you do in that situation? I had to pick a medium. So we play football for 5 minutes, and then we play soccer for 5 minutes. Then we go back and forth. But then the kids start arguing. You played football longer, Dad, or you played soccer longer.
Do you know what you
Fucking
do?
Christ.
Do you know what you do? You bring out the bikes and you go biking.
Well, I already told you about the
That's
bikes.
too many wheels.
That's too, well, yeah.
3 people, 9 wheels. That's a bad fucking move.
Our sidewalks just don't, you can't keep up. The sidewalks aren't wide enough with tricycles, basically, while we're riding. I never learned to ride on 2 wheels either, so.
You still don't ride a 2-wheel bike?
I can't swim either.
That's a lie.
Whatever. So, no, that's a dilemma, but I understand, little things that count.
But
I
man,
took them outside.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer is there. You got to play one sport or the other. That's that.
You can't. And then they get mad because one's, not scoring and one's winning and shit. It's like, we're playing for fun. Knock it off.
You're like, I'm just out here to prove to your mother that I am a good dad.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with my microphone. I take them
Wish
out
you would.
all the time, and it's not like opening up your back screen door and walking out into the fucking yard. I gotta walk down flights of stairs. I gotta walk miles in a very treacherous landscape to finally get to soft, clean, somewhat reasonably flat grass to play a sport. And by the time I'm there, I'm already tired.
Why don't you just let them bring one ball on your journey?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to take the ball out of their hand and
Yeah,
kick
like
it
I'm
into
going to
the
tell
pond.
these kids what to do.
Yes, well, I would never do that.
That's
Can't
the
do
problem,
that.
dog. That's the problem, dog.
Hey, how are you going to make both of them happy then if one comes out and says,
You don't need 2 happy. You need 1 happy.
that is not how it works.
It is how it works.
So you would make one mad or have one not get to play sport and the other one just like, yeah.
I do it all the time.
Okay, what do you do then? Name a dilemma that you've had in my situation close to what I just explained.
It's the same situation.
What you do?
When we go outside, Chase only wants to play basketball.
Yeah.
And Logan wants to play soccer or chalk or fucking...
Chalk is not a sport.
I'm saying he doesn't want to play basketball. He wants to play
The
something
chalk part
else.
is easy. You could be like, go take the chalk and draw me a fucking house in the.
No, they want to do shit with their dad because I take an active part in my kid's life.
Well, you can fucking probably draw a chalk and throw the basketball at the same time. Try catching a ball and kicking one at the same time. That's not
Right.
easy. Using
But
your
when we
feet
go
and
outside-
hands together.
I go,
No.
this is what we're playing.
Chalk.
I get to make the decision. Yeah. So I'll make both kids draw with chalk, or I'll make both kids play basketball, which that kind of sucks because Logan's fucking 4 years old. But yeah, no, it's one thing per parent.
All right.
If me and my
forget-
wife go outside, well, then we can split up and do 2 different things.
Did you forget that I have a third kid that likes a different sport? Now I got a juggling.
The one that doesn't
Dilemma.
get off video games.
Yeah, and I got a juggling dilemma.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, he does. He plays soccer. So actually, if he comes outside, he entertains the small one while I play catch with the other one. But I was looking into these football throwers. You've seen those. They have 2 tires on a mechanism, and it shoots out a football. I was looking at one of those. They just here, plug this shit and have it throw it to
And
you.
then you're going to give him like a laundry basket to toss them back to. And then you just
No,
load the machine.
I'm gonna buy him like 20 footballs.
It's bad enough you only get to see your kids every other Sunday. Now you're going to buy a machine to shoot them the ball?
Yeah, maybe
That's what I do in my life. I bought a machine to vacuum my house. I bought a machine to take the kitty litter out, or not out, but clean the kitty fucking litter. I made a machine to. Those are the 2 machines I have. I can't think of a third one yet, but there will be another machine to do something in my life soon.
You bought a wall-mounted sex machine to take care of that.
That works wonders. I never have problems.
juggle. Josh says juggle. Josh will teach you how to juggle. And then kids can all juggle.
All right, let's do some juggling.
Maybe if you were better at juggling, you could handle the kicking and the throwing.
Anyway, what I was saying about this football throwing thing, that fucker is like $2,500. So it's like, Woo. Let's
We
just
can-
wait till it's on sale.
I can 100% make you one.
Yeah, you could buy two.
You
shitty
can make it one of those?
You could buy two shitty motorcycles, a couple vice grips for the throttles.
Put 2 motorcycles on side on
Yeah.
like a fucking
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah,
It
What's
would
the
never.
difference?
It would never work. It would never work. It wouldn't keep the ball would probably just fly up in the air. Like
have a better receiver then.
it would just. I'm saying it wouldn't shoot it
Fucking rockets
straight.
coming out at 80 miles an hour.
If it throws it to the same spot every time, no kidding, you can catch it.
But and then well, the soccer part would have been easy because all I need is a net that you shoot at and
With the ball return in it.
a ball returning. I forgot what they call them, but yeah, it's just you just practice that. But the kid, all he wants to do is play fucking games. He wants to play. He wants to keep track of score and who wins. He's very competitive.
Do you let your kids win?
Yeah, I do.
I very rarely
You pussy.
let the kid win.
Okay, fine.
Like she's never beat me in Connect 4.
We bring
Never.
we bring down that hoop.
I haven't.
I Shaq dunk on fucking Chase.
You probably do it to your fucking 4-year-old too.
Well,
Can't let
It's a
him win.
You dunk my ass. Wait, how far?
you
How
want
high
to
is
beat
it?
me? You got to get better.
How high is the hoop? Do you have it?
We'll put it down to 5 feet. It'll be fucking neck level on me.
Bam!
I was gonna
Throwing
say.
it down, blocking every throw.
I was
every
gonna say I
shot.
would love to see you try to dunk
I,
on
I
like
still
8 foot.
I still jump as hard as I can just to fucking. I can dunk on 8 feet. I can touch 8 feet without fucking jumping.
Okay, what is the basketball height regulation for NBA?
10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Okay, could you touch the net on 10?
Yeah.
Could you touch the rim?
No.
Have you tried this?
Yes.
Where?
In my most fit time, when I was young, vibrant, I could touch the rim.
What? Young and vibrant?
There was a point where I was almost dunking with tennis balls, but I just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, I could probably grab the net.
I don't even know if I could grab the net anymore.
You couldn't touch the ceiling tile.
In here? Maybe. Maybe not.
7.5
even in the
feet
corner, because this is a bunker. It's rounded.
If I got
without using the wall and parkouring up it.
If I got speed and I got myself a good jump, a good landing, a good lift, I think I could get higher. I could touch something higher than you, even though you're taller.
Okay.
How many more feet do you think his arm reaches? If we stood side to side and we both raised our hand the same height, I mean, I feel like my arms are pretty
You
long.
touch my elbow.
He's got you by 2 feet.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I would have to jump, relatively speaking, I'd have to jump
2 feet higher.
12 feet to touch the rim, while he only has to jump to 10 feet.
No.
That's
Feet,
not
10
how
feet.
it works. But
Well, yeah, it is how it works.
no.
You would have to jump 18
I-
inches higher
Literally,
than me.
I would only have to jump to an 8-foot rim, where he has to jump to a 10-foot rim because he has 2 more feet of reach.
You're trying to make things even?
Yeah.
You want to have a
Yeah.
full court hoops where one hoop's 10 feet and one's 8 feet, and you guys want to have a dunk competition? Is that what you're telling me?
I would love it. Yeah, it would be fun.
I don't know about that.
You're so
man.
silly. First off,
I saw a
you could never
shadow.
beat me in basketball.
Oh, you are. Oh my
shit.
God. Are you?
Shit.
I've never even seen you run. I mean, are you athletic?
Shit.
you can
don't
do some
watch
great
sports.
artistic work, but are you athletic?
I mean, enough to beat you. I couldn't beat you in soccer.
well,
That's too much running for me.
I don't think you can.
I would literally have a heart attack.
I mean, are you a good shot?
But I would put my nuts in your face so often.
I love how you like accentuate your eyes when you say that and you look up into the stars. I would put
Because
your
I just
eye-
imagine me and
balls.
your body
He's looking
just
up.
watching me the whole time.
Okay, so are you a good shot? Is that what you like? Are you good?
I don't know compared to what LeBron.
Are you
no,
Can you dribble? Are you good at dribbling?
I
you
can go
move?
through my legs.
I mean, obviously, anyone can do that. I have a cat that
I don't
probably
know.
can do that. But are you like what are you good at basketball where you know you could just beat me? Because
I didn't say I was good at basketball. I just said I was better
You
than
never
you.
even see me play.
Ah,
I don't need to.
What if I'm the next Spud Webb or was the next or what?
Wait,
Can't be
what?
the
Are you
next
talking about
Spud
the
Webb.
dog that used to be the thing for Budweiser?
Spud Webb? Spud Webb, the really
Spuds
short
McGee,
the really short,
McKenzie.
Mackenzie.
the really short NBA player. He was like 5'something", 5'5", and he was amazing. You know Spud Webb? You ever Spud Webb? Spud Webb. Anyway,
I think he
No,
won the
I
well, if I
just-
was Spud Webb,
I could definitely beat you in basketball.
all right,
That's all I'm saying.
can you? Hey, you have disposable cash, right? Buy a hoop for next time I come here. We'll play. We'll play.
Come to my house
up
or
to-
Riverbend.
Up to 10. No, it's
I'll
too far.
fuck you
You
up.
got a
too
hoop
far.
at the camp?
Yeah.
Now that you're all
How do
concrete?
you where?
It's all concrete.
Oh, you have
now.
all concrete?
I
The whole
haven't-
thing's concrete?
I haven't
Most of
seen
it.
it.
Holy shit, man. I haven't been there forever. Last time I was there, you were burning grass with rib oil. Wasn't that smoker?
True. That wasn't the last time we were there though. You were there after that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when the girl with the big T's ate the tarantula.
I never went to your thing, I don't think.
You don't think you ever went to camp that day?
I don't think I went to his camp. No, I think we
Come
just
on.
hung out at the pool.
You fucking
Did we go?
gotta be
Did we
kidding.
go there? Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
That's in the past. I live in the future or the now.
That was the day we did the shrimp boil, or no?
That was a
We need a
that was a
sh-
comedy.
We need a
special
shrimp
day.
boil, man. We need another shrimp boil.
I didn't even eat any of that. That
Oh,
was
it's so awesome.
that was strange how you poured it right on top of the table. I never seen it. I know that's what they do. I just never seen it. Everyone's like, yeah, like right when you did it, right when you poured that giant pot of whatever the fuck was in
All
there.
the white people were clapping.
No, everyone was just running to the table. I was like, I didn't know if you were supposed to wait in line. It was like everyone just got up and circled around that bitch and started grabbing whatever they wanted with bare hands.
Fantastic.
I was like, dude, that's so unsanitary. At least have a couple pairs of tongs.
Nah.
Clean J, huh?
I think I
about the
might do
clean.
another shrimp oil next weekend.
Gotta do something, man.
That wasn't.
do it.
You didn't have shrimp on that one. You had croc.
There was also shrimp.
Fuck. Well, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't see it.
There's like 15 pounds of fucking seafood in it.
I
That's
did.
awesome.
I had fun though that when we did that thing, whatever it was, the Wheel of Death. That was probably one of my most fun times we had in the podcast. Doing shit, having people try weird things. A girl ate a fucking tarantula.
It was big
for
too.
$20 and ended up getting 60.
No,
Yeah,
I think she
and
got
a
like
bunch of
80.
drink chips.
I think he's got like $80.
80?
Well, you had this one dude that was walking up was gonna eat it for free, and Tony's like, quick, don't let this dude eat it. He's about to eat this shit for free.
This dude's just looking for protein.
Yeah, he was. Literally, he came up there and he was looking at it like, what's this? Because all you got to do is take it out of the package. It's a dried tarantula. It's not like a fucking live one or anything. That would be fucking amazing if it was. And I would probably have to get more than $20 to eat that, something like that. But
I don't know if you can.
sure you can. You can. Joe Rogan did it with the cockroach. Can't you do it with the tarantula? No?
I don't know, man.
Maybe because it costs too much at the pet store. No one wants to waste, what? $200. How much does a tarantula cost if you went to a pet store?
$15.
What?
Really?
No way. They're way more than that.
Why do they cost so much?
What?
It's
You
a
think
fucking
$15?
spider.
Yeah, but they gotta go get them. They don't live fucking here.
They do, and they breed them in some basement somewhere. Of course they live here. You think you're a tarantula? You buy a Pet World? It's fucking
Straight
coming.
from Africa.
I only want the ones that are fucking wild. I do not want the raised.
I want an untamable tarantula from the Amazon.
I want a purebred. I do not want a fucking mutt tarantula. I don't want no tarantula with different legs and different colored fucking hair. I want a real tarantula.
This tarantula got papers.
Like it's a KYC or whatever, like certification from the board.
AKC.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh man, another really nice thing I had happen this weekend or this last week. I keep calling a weekend was I taught my kid how to fish.
That's cool.
Dude, it was awesome. We stop at the world's largest muskie shop
Where's that?
in Minocqua. Minocqua.
What? Why is it just a muskie shop?
I don't know. But they sell like a bunch of musky rods, musky lures, things to make your own lures, a whole bunch of fishing gear, all your bait, ice, everything you could ever imagine you need for fishing. You can get there, and it's called the Muskie Shop. It's the world's
Where did you
largest
start?
muskie
Where
shop.
did
It's
you-
the size of a Walgreens.
Let me ask you this: where did you start with the teaching of how to fish?
So I've in the past we've gone out with their little like kitty Powerpuff Girls fishing rod, throw in and catch a fish or two and be over.
Is it for sale? Jay's looking for a new rod.
Did you hear what happened when I taught my kid how to fish?
She'd be over it. But this time,
I'll tell you after his
this
story.
time I got her a new pole, so it was hers. She had some ownership of it. I showed her how to run the line through it, tie the knot on the fucking hook, the whole nine. Why you need a bobber, why you need a sinker, how it works, how the sinker's going to help the hook get down to the bottom where the fish are, but your bobber's going to let you know when the fish come. You just watch the bobber and it starts moving, yank on the thing a little bit. If it keeps pulling, then reel it in. Took her out to the pier. She throws in her fucking bobber. Not more than 13 seconds go by. Bam! Got a fish. Reels it in. Big old fish. She's all proud as hell.
Using worms?
Yeah, just worms.
Did she
little
doing
fish?
doing the worms?
So at first she wouldn't do the worms.
You got her to do the worms?
But then after a while, she was worming her own hook. Well, I wasn't
Wow.
out there the whole time because once she started rolling, she had her friend that was up there. Her friend started fishing with her. And then this other girl that was up there threw her first line in the water ever, taught that girl how to reel it in, get her done, whatever. She started catching fish. Then they're keeping them in a bucket and they're like having a little fish bucket of fish,
Tormenting them.
tormenting them. The grandpa kept coming by. All right, time to let the fish go. They've lived in there long enough, and then he'd let them go, and then they'd catch a bunch more in there. But dude, she's just snatching them up. She would not stop. We'd get up in the morning. Let's go fishing. We'd go fishing. It was awesome, dude. She just sat out there and did it all by herself. By the end of the week, she was almost taking the fish off, but she was too afraid to touch the fish.
Well, you know, you got to grab them a certain way, or if you just
the little panfish will get you.
Oh,
The
yeah,
some of them were perch, and that's where I was having
fuck,
her
yeah,
try to
they'll-
go after it. The perch don't really
have the
snap at you or
No, the little
poke at you.
they're-
The first time Jay tried teaching his kids how to
I'm
fish,
going to tell you the story.
he went through a directory, found senior citizens, called them, and had his kids ask him for their social security number.
Fishing.
I didn't tell you what happened with something broke in my house.
What?
I try not to tell you that if I told you this story.
Tell
I
us
don't
this,
think so.
even if you told it to us already, tell it again because maybe Joshua Fitch
Okay,
hasn't heard it.
I don't.
that's
think
funny
Josh has
that you
heard
just
this.
showed your daughter how to fish because a couple weeks ago I actually sprang both of my youngest ones. My other one, the oldest one, couldn't get away from the video games.
too cool.
He doesn't like to hang out with you.
He's taller now.
I
Has to
you know,
look down to you.
I had to bribe him a little bit and say, "Hey, I let you pick your own fishing pole out." So we got fishing poles.
Yeah.
I started putting them together at her.
That seemed to be the
house.
igniter of my daughter's interest was having her own
Yeah, you
real
get-
sized
yeah,
pole. I had to help the guy at the store help pick it out, so she really thought it was.
That was the only way I got them to. I mean, bribing works wonders. So I started setting it up. I didn't do the overall speech and technical, terminology and how to put it together because I didn't have patience for that. So I just started putting it together myself. So what I did was I started with the youngest. I put the bobber on, and I probably should have been outside. I showed him how to cast it. Hold the button down, let it go right when you want it to shoot out, or however you describe it. Because when they first started, it always flies behind them or something, right?
Right.
So I had him cast a couple times inside, and he did great. And then I was like, okay, got you set. I'm going to go with the older one now. Now I started putting his bobber on. As I'm putting his bobber on, I hear this big whoosh. His bobber. And it was probably one of the greatest casts never casted. Hit our 75-inch TV and completely destroyed it.
No way, dude.
Completely broke.
So many.
Oh, there goes $400.
So many hertz
It was
died.
it was
that day.
$1,000. It was $1,200.
How
but
many
yes,
hertz
It's probably
was
like
it?
$400 now.
Like a 1600 hertz.
12. Yeah, it's a lot of hertz. How the fuck a little tiny bobber, this big, dude, this fucking big, he fucking cast it. I heard the big whip, and I was like, oh fuck, what broke? And I didn't see anything. And Tracy's like, oh my God, you hit the TV. I'm like, it's fine. I was looking at it. It wasn't even scratched. Turn it on. Fucking giant fucking ball of electricity. You could just see like all the like lines and just coming from right the exact spot where he hit it.
No way.
It turned on, but all you saw was these fucking lights and a circle where the bobber hit. I knew exactly where it hit. It wasn't scratched on the outside. That was the craziest thing.
The little one did this?
The littlest one. So
The TV repairman wanted $3,000 to fix it.
Oh, so I broke the TV. I should have been doing it outside. It's my fault. I didn't blame him. My wife immediately blamed me, and I know, whatever, fine, it's my fault. Shouldn't let him throw it. I said, stop throwing it. I said, you already got the cast down. Wait till we're outside now. But then I got distracted with the other kid, so he was, blah, blah, blah. So then I had to find...
It's definitely the kid's fault, by the way.
Yeah.
So now I don't have a TV.
And I would tell him that when you and your wife finally do get divorced, I'd be like, it's your fault.
So now I don't have a TV in the living room.
Just so you know.
Now I don't have a TV in the living room, and I had to find somewhere to throw the TV because you can't just throw it in the garbage, right?
Yeah, so you put it over by your Amazon area in your vestibule.
I was thinking about doing that or taking it to a Goodwill and just driving off, but I just took it to a job site and threw it in the garbage.
75-inch TV.
Dude,
you had to strap it to the top of your van.
I'm gonna tell you what. This TV is only 2 years old, but it was heavy as fuck. It was like 80 pounds. I was trying to lift it up. It was one of those tall dumpsters where I can't see. Not even you could see over the top of it. So I had to you could just imagine me trying to push it up as hard as I can just to get it over the lip of the dumpster to get it into the dumpster. So I had to get into a spot where it could, get in, like a sink down where no one would see it just sticking straight out of the fucking dumpster because it was already kind of full. So I had to find a spot for it. And I just got it in there. I got it in there. I don't know how I got in there. If you saw me doing it, it'd be comical. I can't explain it. And then now we do have one extra TV. It's like 32 inches, and it looks fucking ridiculous.
A tube.
Dude, it looks so ridiculous because it was in the spot of a 75. I think it might have been 80 inches. I don't fucking know. It was huge. And this is a 32-inch TV now that we're watching shit on, and I'm like this. Fucking turn the captions on.
Fuck it, I'll just watch it on my phone.
I play FIFA like almost every once a week with my cousin, and I'm like, this is me playing now. I gotta be this close to the TV
in the business
because I can't see shit. Those little guys on the game, they're so small.
My TV's only 55, and I'm thinking about upgrading.
Don't. Your kids will break it.
My kid doesn't break shit. Don't break shit.
Man, it was so sad. The kid owes me $2,000. I told him, when you finally get a job, you're gonna be paying me for the first 2 years. First off is the games that he's spending on the games he spent.
When are you gonna buy a new TV?
I don't know. I don't have the money for that shit right now. Although there's someone I know that keeps telling me about TVs for sale at Goodwill for like $50. I just haven't gone in.
But they're the same ones that you just dropped off that are broken.
They don't let you plug them in there.
What I would do,
you just gotta play the odds.
Well, you should, you should get one of them big ass glass TVs like we used to have and put that on the fucking table in the living room and tell the kid to try to plug his Nintendo in there or whatever with no HDMI cable.
You ain't breaking.
Yeah, no. The bobber is going to explode. The bobber is going to explode before the TV even gets scratched. But this fucker, I mean, he hit it pretty damn hard. Lachlan says hi. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, we're talking about the TV mishap. No, it wasn't your fault. It was Dad's. I should.
It was your fault.
Don't
kid.
lie to him. It was definitely your fault.
It was your dad's fault only because of the prior history, but that particular instance, you shouldn't have been throwing that thing in the house.
I shouldn't have. Yeah, I should have showed you how to cast a fishing rod outside instead of indoors. My fault.
Just off the back patio.
Plus, for practicing, just so you know, you don't have to use a bobber. They actually do have little foam.
Yeah, I
Chuckers.
know, but I didn't have one. And you know the funny thing is, all I had to do was go on the patio in the back, and there's a pond 10 feet from me. I could have just had him try throwing it in the fucking pond.
Should have practiced
God,
there.
I'm so stupid.
Could have caught some
sometimes.
three-eyed fish.
I don't think about it. I just feel like it just is going to go well.
You're like, how the fuck is this kid gonna ruin my TV?
I didn't think about my TV at all when he's throwing a fishing rod, a plastic
Was
bobber.
it on when he hit it or off?
It was off. That's why we didn't know it was broken. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. And then I turned it on. And I'm like, oh, fuck. There's
No,
the
you
bobber.
should have waited for Tracy to turn it on.
She did
and
turn
then
it
yell,
on.
What'd you do?
What'd you
Oh,
do?
she did. I could have done that, but she was right there. She was, and
what'd you do?
It literally has a silhouette of a bobber in like Transformer-esque light looking in the corner. I can't explain it. I should take a picture, but I couldn't. I was like, maybe let's put it in a bag of rice. I couldn't find a bag big enough.
Unplug it and then plug it back in.
That's what I did. I did it
It's like let's reset this thing.
I did it like 8 times, and every time I turned it on, I was even more.
You went and got your little
Rent.
tile suction cup and put it on the screen right there.
Try to suck it out.
Dude, it was internally broken. The outside looked perfect.
Well, if I get a new TV, you can have my old 55.
Can I ask you
That's
a
a nice
question,
Sony.
Jay?
I'll pay you. I'll give you money for it.
Not enough hertz though.
Did you watch a YouTube video on how to fix a fucked up screen?
No, because I knew that it was not possible. If it's possible, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't cost. It's
First,
not
step
worth
one,
it.
get in your car.
It's not-
Step 2, drive to Best Buy.
It's not worth
Buy
it.
new TV.
Oh, that's another thing I guys talked to you about. Okay, so I was in my car on Friday, about to go to work.
So
Damn near noon.
9:30.
Yeah, I mean,
AM.
It was probably like, I did text my wife I'm up late and my car's not starting. I go to turn my car on and
Car's not starting because I'm still in bed.
my dream car is starting, but not my real one. So I'm trying to turn my car on, it won't fucking turn on. The power's on, the lights are on. The battery I opened. Okay, so I opened up the hood. The battery looked disgusting. It was
You're like, there's no way this works.
it was all corroded. But the battery, the lights, everything, all the power was on. It just wouldn't turn on. I'm getting another text. Wouldn't turn on. And so I was like, Dad. Oh, my wife has a picture of it. She took a picture of it.
The battery?
The TV. So I text my dad or call my dad because I can't even change that car's oil. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this thing. So he's like, oh fuck, he can't. He's like, I can't get there until like noon or 1 o'clock. So I'm like, fine, I'll just wait for you. And he's like, he looked at the battery and he's like, yeah, I think it might be the battery. Let's just change the battery. I got an auto parts store across the street. Let's go change the battery. So I spent $200 some fucking dollars on a battery. We went
wrecked.
We went to we put it back together, clean up all the shit. That's the broken TV. We cleaned up all the I don't know what you call them, the connections.
Terminals.
Sure. And we put it back together. Good night, Lachlan. Love you.
Hi, Lachlan. Good night, buddy.
We put it back together.
Thanks for tuning in.
And I turn the key, does the same thing. Nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Not even a click. Nothing. Just nothing. So then I'm like, fuck. My dad's like, oh shit, it might be your starter. So I went back to the parts place again. Bought a starter for $250. Bring it back. And I was like, Dad, you're not gonna be able to help me with this, are you? No. He had to go. He left. So I have a starter in my hand. No way to fix it. But fortunately, my wife's father's living with us right now, and he knows how to fix cars. So I had him look at it. He goes into the hood. He starts checking all these wires.
It was a fuse.
he starts checking all these wires, and he's like, do the same thing, turn it on. And same thing happened, nothing happened. I turn the key again, nothing happened, nothing
Took a
happened.
hammer, hammered the slammer.
He's like, everything looks fine. This all looks good. He's like, do it again. He's like, and then he's just asking me all these questions. And I'm like thinking in my head, I don't know what I did. It's just not working. It's not working. So then I realized that the day before, yesterday, this is Thursday.
It wasn't in park.
No, you're not going to get this. It's fucking so stupid. Okay, so when I first bought this vehicle, let's rewind real quick. First bought this vehicle, they gave me 3 keys. 2 keys for the engine.
One's a valet key.
One is for just the door. So the keys have microchip in them, and that's how it communicates and turns the car on, right? One of the keys I broke by opening too many beer bottles. The other key is like really badly bent up, and the day before my car broke down, I found the second key, and I just put it on my keychain, not thinking about it. Like, oh yes, now I can open my other doors that I couldn't open because my other key's all fucking bent up and shit. So now I have this other key. So I have the key that doesn't turn the car on, the key that turns the car on. So that
The whole time it was just your key.
it was the key that didn't turn the car on. I was trying for fucking hours to turn the car on.
The
with
battery
key.
and starter are both non-returnable.
No, of course
I
not.
didn't
Battery's been installed.
Fortunately, my wife's dad, Tim, he's smart enough to think to know that I'm stupid at certain levels, and knew that it has to be something that I'm doing.
So did he ask you about the key, or how did he know?
I think it's hilarious that you have a former mechanic living with you, but when you had car trouble, you called your dad
He wasn't.
and made him leave a job site to come to your house.
Well, yeah, that would make a lot less sense if it were that he wasn't there at the time, or I would have just walked upstairs and asked him. But the whole time was like, it sparked in my brain, like, oh shit, yeah, it was the key. Like, as I was trying to turn the car over, as he was trying to ask me all these millions of questions, and I'm like, oh fuck, it was the key. So I took my pride and just put the other one in, turned it on. Like, hey, it works.
You
Good
fixed
job. Yeah.
You didn't tell him.
Oh,
so he doesn't know till now.
No, I told
Do you
him.
need like $30 for your time or something?
I told him, and then I told my wife, and then she's laughing, and they're all laughing, and then I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have found that damn key. I had to do something that morning too, and I never
Pretty
fucking
good
do
story.
it.
It's pretty good.
Just because one key, it looks exactly the same. Shouldn't have put it on my keychain.
What do you need it for? Just the door?
It's stupid. They give you 3 keys. One just opens the door. And I use it because it's not bent up, because I never used it to open a beer ever. And I never really had it on my keychain where I could fuck it up at work. So it really works really well on all the doors. The one that starts the car, I can only open 2 doors. I can't open the passenger door. I can't open the side door with that one. So that's why I put it on there to open. I don't have electronic locks like you guys do in this day and age. I don't.
Day and age. It's funny because my kid's Power Wheel doesn't even need a key.
I wish I didn't. Fuck you. Some Power Wheels didn't need a key. The new Power Wheels you do. Oh man, fucking Power Wheel. You know what? You guys suck. Power Wheels.
Is that where we're gonna end it?
All right, take us out, Chris.
Why me?
Because you're the best at it.
All right, everybody. This is what might have been the last episode of 3 Dimes. We're looking for a name. We're looking for a new format. We're looking for a new audience, honestly. We love you people. There's just not enough of you. You didn't tell enough of your friends. So we're going to go a different direction here, but it'll be the same. It really will. Jay will be here. Tony will be here. I'll be here.
But hey, in all due respect, thank you everyone for listening.
For sure.
This is awesome.
We really appreciate it. Leave your comments in the chat. We appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in to 3 Dimes. We'll see you in a week or so.